guys, my name is Ysabelle and I am a professional dancer and choreographer, and I'm here to give you a makeup tutorial with real face skin with acne and scars and show you how I cover it up. So I already moisturized my skin, so now I'm going to apply the primer, and I pay more attention to my T-zone. So I'm gonna put the concealer on with a brush. I'll put it directly onto my face and then I'll blend it in. I tend to do it on spots and I don't drag it, I just dab it onto my face and I don't blend it yet. So now that it's all on, I'm just gonna blend it. Now I'm going to put on foundation. I am a 350 Pro Filter. I squeeze like 1.5 kinda, just to get enough. And then I'm going to use the Fenty foundation brush on my face. The first time I used this, it was super, super soft and you fall in love with it as soon as you try it. So I'm just gonna dab this on my face. Not so much, and then I'm just gonna blend it out like this. It's good for me because I travel so much. This foundation definitely keeps me looking the way that I want to, especially because I dance so much. It's like ridiculous how much I sweat. And so everything about this foundation is great and the color matching is phenomenal. And then I'll blend this down a little bit to my neck to make sure you don't have that line here that shows that you have foundation on. There's still a little bit left on my hand, so it definitely spreads really well, especially with this brush. And then I have like this pimple right here, so I'm gonna put a little bit more concealer on it just to cover it up more. And then I'm not gonna brush it so much, I'm just gonna tap it. All right, so this would usually be something that I would do if I'm just going out shopping or it's a normal day. And then I'll usually add a lip. And this one, actually, the first time I tried it, it smells so good. I usually don't find a good lip gloss for my skin tone. It's either too light or too dark and it just looks crazy and not natural. And the Gloss Bomb is a great one if you're quite tan. It definitely has a really, really pretty finish when you're done. So I'm just gonna apply this. And so that is my everyday look with the lip gloss and foundation and concealer. So now I'm gonna show you what I do if I am going out or if I'm having a performance. So I'm going to put some of the contour on my cheeks and above my forehead a little bit. And at first it looks crazy, so don't even mind that. So I just do that and then I do the other side to make sure that it matches. And then I use this sponge. I'm just gonna use the round part to blend it out. And when I do this, instead of just blotting, I blot and I push down a little bit so it blends perfectly into the foundation. And then I take it again and I put a little bit up here on my temples and on my forehead. And then I just do the same thing. I blend it with the round side. I added a little bit right now. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more. If you want that more dramatic look, just keep adding. Don't add too much in the beginning because it's harder to take off than put on. So you tend to just put a little bit and then keep adding as you please. And just by adding a little bit more to my cheeks, not so much on my forehead, but my cheeks, it gives me more of that angle. Next, I'm going to put a little bit of a under eye highlight. It's lighter than my actual skin tone to just wake up under my eyes and make a brighter look for, especially when you're tired. I'm tired, like I tell my friends all the time that I'm like permanently jet lagged because I travel so much. So I tend to use an under eye concealer a lot, even if I don't even put any makeup on, just to make it look like I'm awake when I'm really not. And especially using this, it helps a lot to have that perfect fit under your eye. So I'm just going to put this here and go down a little bit, almost in a triangle formation. I usually just blot it down. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're gonna blend it anyways. And I use this as it's straight on the top, almost cut off, to make sure that I get all the corners under my eye. And it really, really, really helps, especially when you're as tired as I am all the time. And this sponge works great because you can use it for both under eye and also on your cheek. And there you go. Okay, so now I just added a little bit of wing liner. Now I'm going to add the Matchstick in Rum. The color is super nice, especially on my skin tone because I'm very tan and it's a nice rose gold color. So I'm gonna use this on my brow bone to just make my eyes pop a little bit more. I don't even need a brush with this. What I tend to do is just put my finger on and rub a little bit. I just dab it onto my brow bone, and then I just take the other clean finger and then I just blend that out. It tends to make a really nice highlight that will make your eyes pop. So now that is pretty much all my look. Now I'm just going to finish it off by blotting the spots, especially in my T-zone, to make sure that it doesn't get too oily and it stays matte throughout the day. And this is a blotting powder and it's INVISIMATTE, so when you put it on it looks white but it just comes out clear. So I'm just going to dab this on and take off the excess powder, and then I'm just gonna put it in the spots that I usually get a little bit more oily, which is around my nose, definitely right here on the corners, and then also right here in the T-zone. I don't tend to put too much because sometimes my face feels a little drier other days and a little more oily other days, so it really just depends on how my face is feeling. And then also on the tip of my nose, and it definitely just took out that shine right away. So it's a perfect thing to also keep in your purse when you are just going shopping or you're going out and you're not going back home. You can bring this to make sure that you still look matte all day. And last but not least, I add one more swipe of gloss to just finish off the whole look. And now I am good to go. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to follow me on Instagram at Ysabelle Caps. And do not forget to subscribe to Fenty Beauty. And thanks for watching.